Good morning and welcome to day two here at IPC Apex Expo. Day one got off to a good start. As expected, the show floor was a little bit quieter than we would normally expect to see, but there was certainly quite a bit of active traffic. We might even have some pictures of it, and we'll be showing you some more images from the show floor itself later on in the day. Coming back to today, my first guest this morning is Ben Koshnood. He's the president and CEO of a company called Inovaxe, and they make innovative cart systems for reels and feeders, basically. So welcome, Ben. Nice to see you today.
Thank you.
Okay.
Same here.
Yeah. So, I mean, before we get into the product, I mean, you had day one experience as an exhibitor at the show.
Well, we saw pretty much the same as we experienced in Productonica. The foot traffic substantially lower, of course, but the quality of the contact and leads were substantially better.
Right.
We were able to spend a lot more time with each individual, and were able to introduce our products more thoroughly to them. So, overall, I'm pretty satisfied.
Pretty satisfied.
So far,
Yeah. I mean, I actually heard of a couple of machine sales as well that were actually transacted yesterday. So, you know, I think the people that are here are here for a reason, and there are serious buyers on the floor. So that's a good thing. So let's turn our attention to your products. I mean, you've been quite innovative over the last year during COVID. So tell us about, first of all, about the new reel cart that you've got, which has got, it's become quite flexible.
So we really took advantage of these 2 years that we didn't travel as much, and so we really identified and listened to exactly what our customers' challenges were, and what things they wanted to see improved on products as a whole. And it's always come to the flexibility and affordability. And indeed, we developed a new generation of trays that gives that to our customers. In the past, the customers had to tell us exactly how many 8 millimeters reels and how many 12 millimeters and 16s. And it was very cumbersome for them because they really don't have that information electronically, so they have to go physically count that.
So especially if they're working in a high mix environment, you know, they don't know what mix of
exactly, and it could change. Today could be one thing, tomorrow could be a different thing. Some of our competitors, the way they've been doing this is by removing a divider and reconfigure the carts, which does a good job. However, you waste some space, and also it's still cumbersome on the software reconfiguring the carts. So what we did, we came up with a tray, and we patented internationally that basically took all the dividers out, and it doesn't really matter what size reel you place on it, it automatically adapts to it, and it doesn't require any software change, any hardware change. So basically, we can build everything to the stock, and nothing going to be custom anymore, which is substantially better for us and also for our customers.
I think we've got a picture of it somewhere. Maybe we can look at it. There it is. That's the dividerless reel storage system. So what are you saying is that these dividers can move to any configuration? Is that how it works?
Right. So if you have an 8 millimeter reel, only one of those light pipes, we call, gets engaged. And if you have 16 2, or if you have 24 millimeter 3, and the software automatically recognizes that and adapts to it, and it works really well. So we're really pleased with that.
Yeah, and of course, because the important bit is each one of these slots is intelligent, and you know, sends the information back to the system.
Right. We've always, for over 7 years now, we had sensors both on the light pipes and of course the light as well, and with that, and it's been very reliable, and it provides that information. Every single reel is communicating via internet to our customers' software and also their suppliers, so they can provide real-time inventory to different nodes within supply chain, and especially today with all the supply chain constraints and problems, this can help them tremendously.
Right. Now, you've got one other new product that we want to take a look at as well, which is one that deals with the feeders. It's a feeder tray system.
Right.
Maybe we can take a look at that. I
Right.
think the example we're looking at here is actually showing the Panasonic feeder storage, but I'm assuming you've got them for the other manufacturers as well.
Right. We also developed one for Europlacer as well, and also for Juki and Fuji as well. So our customers really like our ability to identify reels very quickly. It's all about reducing the setup time, and especially in the high mix environment. And they really wanted to have a smart feeder cart as well. So with this technology, we're able to provide them exactly what they're looking for.
So typically, where is that going to sit? Is that going to sit next to the machine, or is it going to sit at the kitting area?
So in the case of, it depends on the customer's processes. So it definitely would be in the feeder setup area. So as they set up the feeder, they put it in the cart, and they can easily put it in the machines later on. And also in the case of a replenishment, it can be right on the line. So as the feeder runs out, if they don't splice, they can simply swap a reel, or where there is a changeover, then it would be right by the machines as well.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that's been happening a lot over the last couple of years is the number of people buying storage systems and also component counters. So does your system communicate with component counters?
Yes, we practically talk to every single X-ray counters that are out there, and also our platform communicates to many SMT equipment manufacturers as well, and that really helps our customers with the ability to, with the minimum effort, get informations back and forth. Excuse me, between the count and the machine and our carts and their ERP.
Right. Okay. Good. Well, it's great to hear that you're getting some interest at the show here, and that it's working out well for you. And I want to thank you for coming in and telling us about it today. So we'll be back after the break with some more guests.
Ko-Young is leading a smart revolution that will change the world of electronics manufacturing. Based on our pioneering True 3D measurement-based inspection technology, we revolutionized the solder paste inspection market to such great lengths that 1 in 2 SPIs sold today is from Ko-Young. Building our SPI technology, we expanded to automated optical inspection, also known as AOI. Every year, we introduce new award-winning innovations and have proudly earned the respect from thousands of customers across diverse industries. Aside from our R&D center in Korea, we have research facilities focused on artificial intelligence and deep learning across the world to help us further develop proprietary AI technologies for your challenges. With our global network of sales and service centers, we aim to respond quickly to your needs and to deliver the highest level of customer satisfaction.
And welcome back. I'm delighted to be joined now by Joe Garcia, who's the Vice President, I believe, of Sales and Marketing for a company called Emerald EMS. So welcome, Joe. Nice to see you this morning.
My pleasure. Well,
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Yeah. So I took a quick look at your website earlier on, and I've actually got maybe an image I grabbed from it this morning that we can look at, which shows some of the acquisitions you've been making recently. Could we have that up? There we go. So you can see along the top, you've been a busy guy.
It's not just me, but yes, our team has been very busy over the last couple of years, for sure.
Right. So Bestronix, Veris, Celine Electronics, Emerald NPI, Data ED, and Data ED Canada, is that? Or China.
Yep.
Right. Wow. So that's quite a collection. So explain to me that, what was your strategy
Sure.
going forward?
So it's I should probably start at a high level, right? So Emerald EMS came together in I think it was September of 2019. So a private equity firm called Newwater out of Boca Raton, Florida, had this thesis to bring basically tier 3 EMS companies into a platform that allowed them to have the capital to expand,
Right.
To grow, to scale.
Mhm.
And so they did that primarily through acquisition. The first entities that were under that platform were Data Ed. And as you saw, there's 3 facilities. There's the standalone NPI facility, the production facility in Salem, New Hampshire, and then there's the China facility in Shenzhen.
Right.
So the Data Ed and Bestronix deals, if you will, closed practically on the same day.
Mhm.
And so that was the formation initially of Emerald EMS.
Right.
And then over the course of the next 12 months during this crazy pandemic, we were able to find 2 very good, very well operated organizations to put under the platform.
Mhm.
And that was Celine Electronics in Saline, Michigan, or
Yeah.
Electronics,
Yeah.
and Veris, which is in Brea, California.
Right.
So that rounded out the current infrastructure. And then if you didn't already know, December 30th, Newwater exited the company as our private equity partner, and now Crestview Partners out of New York owns us. So
Okay.
we're expecting more of the same.
I was going to
forward.
say they must.
Yeah.
So then they must be coming in with a second round of acquisitions in mind. I'm assuming. And is this to take this up into essentially make it a tier 2 company and concentrate on a specific market segment like high reliability applications, or what's the strategy
Yeah,
in terms of technology?
sure, very well said. Except the only thing is that we desire, and I know how the tiers work with regards to revenue.
Right.
We want to continue to call ourselves a tier 3. We want to provide the service level that a customer would experience at a mom and pop shop or tier 3, where it's very intimate, very hands-on.
Mhm.
And we're going to support the type of business, as you said, high reliability stuff in aerospace, defense, medical, complex industrial. But so if, I guess in marketing terminology, we'd like to be $1 billion tier 3.
Right.
Right. We don't chase. We don't want the race to the bottom on the margin thing. We want to satisfy customers. We want to provide value, but we don't want to necessarily declare ourselves a tier 2.
Right, I hear what you're saying, but I'm guessing one of the big things that you'll have gained out of this is, of course, the extra buying power, because the combined buying power of all these different small companies will be quite significant.
Certainly.
But what about, of course, the industry is going through horrible issues with supply chain shortages. How bad has that affected you, and how have you negotiated it, should I say, over the last 12 months?
Sure. So luckily, we're not chasing high volume stuff. So we're not looking for 20 reels of a part to finish a job. We're typically running lots of 200, 300, 400, or even smaller. So we've made a lot of diving catches for our customers over the last 12, 18 months. We've gotten bit too, right? It's almost impossible not to. But
Right.
We brought on board a vice president of supply chain, to your point of kind of, okay, you've got all these sites that operate very well. They've all got supply chain leaders that are doing a good job. But Chris Lentz has come in and said, okay, well, yeah, everybody is. But now let's look at it at a global perspective.
Right.
And he's been able to get good relationships with distribution partners, with some custom-made commodities, printed circuit boards and such. And so we're managing through it, right? It's the high-touch stuff, so we're very intimate with our customers' bills of materials and what they need.
Right.
They've been very helpful in giving us more lead time, so our backlog has expanded, and we're working it probably just like everyone else, but probably a little bit more closely with our customers.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, looking at the mix of companies you've got, have you been able to then expand upon the range of features that you can offer customers? I mean, some factories have got extensive cleaning capabilities. Other ones got better coating capabilities. Um, how are you how are you dividing up the workflow?
Yeah, that's a great question, and that has been a big part of my focus over the first 12 months coming on board. Right, so as we acquired these companies, each company had sales people, and so they're now all integrated under the Emerald EMS sales team. But we had to do a lot of work to educate on exactly what you said. Okay, yeah, your site that you're very proud of, that you love feeding families in, is great. But you have this whole solution set now, right? And if a customer needs some specialized RF work,
Right.
then let's look at Celine because they've got an RF room.
Right.
If a customer needs clean room work, well, Bestronix has a 2,500 square foot clean room. So there's these niches that now we're educating the entire organization on, and we're trying to put the customer in the place where we have the best opportunity to support them long term, but also they've got to want to be in that region, right?
Right.
But we're in that education process now. We've got charts and things that we're getting pushed out to the various organizations. There's collaborative meetings amongst leaders to say, okay, this is what we do well here. Let's make sure we share that with everyone. And yeah, we're trying to make sure that we understand what the best solutions are in each site, and then making sure our customers are aware of that too.
Right. It's an interesting range of capabilities that you've got. Talking about the clean room and moving into the semiconductor side, I mean, are you seeing a bigger trend towards the advanced packaging side and integrating that into the EMS world?
We're not seeing that so much. Our clean room is like more for optics or just clean room assembly in the medical space. So we're not seeing too much in semiconductor. We do support a lot of semiconductor. Well, that segment is big for us. But what we just described, we're not necessarily see that bleeding into us, not yet at least.
Right, right, okay. Well, it's really interesting. So I guess I was going to say what's next. Well, apart from acquisitions, that's going to be pretty much the main story with the new private equity company.
Yeah, there's so there's a list, right? There's a list of companies that we're interested in. One of the great things that's happened very early in this new relationship with Crestview is we've already got a very good understanding of what is a fit. So we're very clear on the characteristics that would make a good fit for our growth, for our strategic objective to grow and expand. And so we're working that right now. Other than that, there's an organic piece to that as well. We have tremendous fortune to have customers that are Fortune 500 customers or otherwise leaders in their segment and who've chosen us to be their partner. And what we've not done a great job of in the past is saying, okay, well, let's leverage that relationship to get to another division or a different product line. Right. So the sales team and program and account management teams are really focused on kind of landing and expanding within that model.
Right.
So there's an organic opportunity. There's the acquisition stuff. Our leadership team is very busy, but it's one of those times in EMS with this thing coming together and it's moving so fast, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
you don't always have to get a chance to have fun here.
Yeah, but one of the things, though, in the acquisition business, or merger business even, is very difficult, is being able to get the right culture match.
Very true.
And so, I mean, how have you negotiated that? I mean, because I'm sure that there's a different culture in a number of these companies. How have you managed to sort of bring everybody into the fold?
That's a good question. So, Vic Giglio is our CEO out of Data Ed, New Hampshire. He's owned a couple of CMs before, and he's one of those people that has his gut is spot on. And during the due diligence process, that is a big part of the assessment. Not only the culture, the leadership team, will this thing gel? Is it already operating well, and can it? What kind of exponential growth or profitability can be expected if it's rolled under this platform, right? So culture is huge, especially if you think about the segment that we're trying to service, that we are servicing, and the desire to stay as tier 3. The culture is huge, right? We can't become bureaucratic. We've got to have the mindset of customer is first, and we've got to be a solution solver or problem solver by providing solutions.
Absolutely.
So culture's big.
Okay. You got a big job ahead of you, Joe. I think you've done well so far. So I wanted to thank you for coming in and telling us about it today. And we wish you every success with the future.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting you. Thanks for having me.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thanks.
Great. So coming up after the break, we're going to be talking to one of the most innovative people in the industry who's been making, again, a couple of acquisitions, but on the supplier side of the business.
Electronics are part of our world, expanding by application to open up new opportunities for automotive, healthcare, and many other industries. But today's manufacturing techniques are not sustainable. They are energy hungry and inefficient, expensive, and have limited flexibility. The world is asking us to do better. Introducing Pulse Forge tools, a new approach to thermal processes like soldering and curing. Design with more flexibility, manufacture with fewer process steps, reduce energy use, and decarbonize the supply chain. Expand your creativity to new levels. Designers are asking for more. They need to reduce form factors, reduce weight to work on wearables and stretchables, opening new market opportunities for consumers across the world, asking us to do better. If you think sustainability and freedom of design are not possible in electronics manufacturing, think again. Think Pulse Forge.
Nordson Electronic Solutions. Everything you need for precision automated fluid dispensing, conformal coating, plasma surface treatment, and selective soldering. Our passion is helping customers take their processes further, faster, with best-in-class technologies, dedicated global sales and support teams, and unmatched applications expertise. From the names you respect, Asamtech Fluid Dispensing and Conformal Coating, March Plasma Treatment, and Select for selective soldering, we offer years of experience in advanced technology solutions for electronics manufacturing. Take your electronics assembly process further, faster. Global SMT and Packaging opens the windows of the world to bring you the latest news and technologies from Munich, from Bangalore, from Shanghai, from San Diego.
Ko-Young is leading a smart revolution that will change the world of electronics manufacturing. Based on our pioneering True 3D measurement-based inspection technology, we revolutionized the solder paste inspection market to such great lengths that 1 in 2 SPIs sold today is from Ko-Young. Building our SPI technology, we expanded to automated optical inspection, also known as AOI. Every year, we introduce new award-winning innovations and have proudly earned the respect from thousands of customers across diverse industries. Aside from our R&D center in Korea, we have research facilities focused on artificial intelligence and deep learning across the world to help us further develop proprietary AI technologies for your challenges. With our global network of sales and service centers, we aim to respond quickly to your needs and to deliver the highest level of customer satisfaction.
Okay, so we've actually managed to catch up with our next interview guest. That's Mike McHale from PSA Systems. He's just joined us. Nice to see you, Mike.
Good morning, Trevor. How are you doing today?
Very good, very good. So you've got a couple of products that you've been working on, which are very innovative. I think the first of which I wanted to talk about was the board support system that you've been working on with Charlie Monkavage.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that and what the theory was behind it and the strategy.
Yeah, Charlie came to me with an idea for his next iteration of the board support system, and was able to get additional density, more support in a smaller package, and at a cheaper price point.
Right.
So it was a win for us, win for Charlie, and win for the customer as well.
Absolutely. I think we've got a picture of it somewhere. If we could take a look at it, it'll come up on the screen. There we go.
There it is.
Basically, this is a lot more configurable than traditional board support systems. Can you talk us through how that works?
Yeah, Charlie was able to design in a smart operating system, so that makes the installation in the machine much easier. Using the accelerometer, you can put it anywhere in the machine. So as it triggers, the machine moves, it'll trigger a timer inside the controller. You can configure that timer for the support to come up at any time. So there's no interaction inside of the machine with any wiring or any coordination. It's all on its own. So that's a really nice, easy install. And then the expansion module is actually another patented item that we've patented, where it's actually a quick disconnect. There's actually no fittings. It's all based on a magnet, so you can pull in and out the wires or the hoses, and you can change them at any time or any speed,
right?
Without any tools. So it's one touch.
Okay.
So it's all packaged very nicely. It's all American made. We make every product that's on there, other than the purchased items. It's a nice offering to the customer.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of what you're doing, is you have the manufacturing capability in-house to be able to make all of these products.
Correct.
Which is great. So what else have you been working on?
We also introduced here at the show the Marksman, which is a solder paste machine, and this was something that actually came up at the Minnesota show. One of our reps suggested this is the next product of something that the market needed. So since the Minnesota show, 8 weeks and a bunch of COVID, we introduced our prototype here at the show.
And this is a printer, is it?
It's a printer, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and we've gotten some very good feedback from customers. We'll be making some changes, and we'll be introducing that in the next probably a couple of months.
Okay, and I think we've got a picture of that too. So there it is.
That's actually the original. So we've moved on from that. We have a camera system as a base, a controller. That was probably a first prototype, and then over the course of the last 6 weeks, we've actually developed it into a pretty complex offering at a very affordable price.
Right.
So it's got vision on it. It's got servo control to align the board to do inspections. Charlie and the team at PSA has done a nice job with that product.
Nice. Okay, and that's still a benchtop.
It's benchtop. It was for quick, easy installation, minimal interaction with the machine. Once it shows up, plug it in, and you're ready to go.
And again, American made and at a fairly attractive price.
Yep, 100% American made. We'll also be distributing that with one board support module and all of the piping and all the integration for additional modules for anybody who needs it.
Okay, great. So, I mean, obviously this is just day 2 at the show. And did you have any good inquiries yesterday? And what was your feeling around the show?
Yesterday was great for us. We met with all of our reps, some customers. The feedback was positive. We were, for the Marksman, we were really looking to launch it here at the show, take in everybody's input, make some modifications for version 2 that we go to market with. So that it was very helpful.
Right. Great. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, we'll keep an eye on it and maybe see the version 2 finished module when it comes out.
Absolutely.
What sort of time frame are you looking at for that?
We'll be launching that late first quarter, early second quarter.
Okay. Great. Super. Well, I want to thank you for coming in and telling us about these new systems today, and
appreciate the time.
wish you every success for the future.
Thank you.